Let's add some details to this lid. I'm going to get in here with the lid. We'll go open, part, and we'll just look at that by itself. A couple things I neglected to do before. First of all, I'd like to go ahead and make the thing a little bit deeper, and I think we're going to need to use this plane. Let's see here. We're going to need to move this bottom edge a little bit. And I think in order to do that, we're going to have to make a couple of changes. First, let's open our master form to make our lid a little bit deeper. So I'm going to go right-click on the master form and say Edit in Context. That will allow me to just open it right in place. And then I can take this surface revolve here, and right now it's 1 inch deep. I'm just going to take it real deep. Let's just go, 2 inches deep. It's way deeper than we need, but that'll work. And we can click Update, and everything should work the same way now. It's just that now we've got a little extra surface to work with when we're doing our trim. Now I'm just going to edit the original sketch for the bottom surface we created. And right now the bottom of it is 11 millimeters, so the about plane that we have. And so I'm just going to go ahead and change that value. Let's go ahead and make it, 15 millimeters. Hit Update, see what that does for us. Okay, that'll be a little bit better, and now we can just edit the actual sketch to kind of fix that shape, because it got a little bit too sharp there. That should be a little bit better. Now also, the wall thickness is too thick here, and if I make it any thinner in my thicken feature, like if I go ahead and change, let's just change this to 2 millimeters for instance, or 1 millimeter for that matter, just to make the point. So we make it 1 millimeter, then if we look in here, you actually, we can look at a cross-section by clicking on cross-section view up here at the top. And as you can see in our cross-section, that we get this going on up here, which is not realistic. We need this to be filled in. So rather than actually changing the wall thickness, let's change that back to 3. We'll leave that just the way that it was originally, so that our cross-section actually is solid up here, which is what we want. Now I can just take this interface and move it. And I think that I actually don't want to change the total thickness. I actually want to draft it out, like the tool would, like it would actually work if it were being pulled out of a mold. So I'm going to use the draft tool, choose this as my neutral plane, and then choose this interior face to draft. And we're going to give it maybe 3 degrees of draft or something like that. And let's see what that looks like. Much, much better. That's pretty much what I was hoping for. Perfect. Now, another thing we need to do, let's show this surface. Actually, we need this one. We need the whole thing. And we're going to create a pour spout area. I think, let's look at the front view real quick. I think it's this side, okay. So this is actually on the back. Alright, we're going to have to mirror that again because we need an opposite of this. So let's use the front plane to mirror this body. I'm not going to knit the surface. I can hide this one. And this one I'm just going to offset a little bit. So we'll go to Surface Tools, Offset Surface, and again I clicked on a face and it's just offsetting the face. I don't want to do that. Clear the selection. Instead I'm going to offset the body, and I'll go the other direction by 3 millimeters. That should be just enough. Hide this outer surface, don't need it right now. And we need another plane up here on the top to sketch on. So I'm going to take, let's see, the carafe top plane, hold the control key and just drag it on down. And we want to bring it down by maybe 1.5 millimeters. That should be enough. We'll call this pour spout top, just so we can remember what it is. And once again, I'm going to bring that all the way up to the beginning of our part, because I keep all my planes at the beginning so I can use them universally. I will select that plane and say that I want to start an extruded cut. And it's going to ask me for a sketch, so let's go ahead and start sketching. I'm going to sketch a rectangle. I want that rectangle to be 1 millimeter wide. Give it to me now. There we go. And I would also like for the rectangle to be the outer dimension of it. I would like it to be 25 millimeters from the right plane. Let's go ahead and make that 25. And I'm not going to bother constraining its location. We're just going to save time there. There's no reason to constrain it for the moment. I'm going to drag a box over it to select those curves and then go up here to Linear Sketch Pattern. Flip the direction and let's do 50 holes. And we're going to make them 2 millimeters apart. Now 50 was too many. I probably mean 25. There we go. Just like so. Hit OK. Commit the sketch. It'll start the extruded cut. And I actually only want the cut to go down to this surface. So just say up to surface, select that surface, hit OK. Now we have a whole bunch of holes in this puppy. Hide this plane, hide this surface. Now we have some place to pour our liquid. I think that ought to do us for the moment. Close this. And see what we've got. One more thing I want to do really quickly is just add in this screw here, and I'm going to cheat. Okay, don't tell anybody, but we know already from this tutorial how to make a new assembly component, so I'm not going to bother. In this case, since the screw is primarily cosmetic anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and create a sketch right here on this surface that will represent our screw hole. And we'll make an extruded cut right into the surface, blind distance, right in, however far we want. And then I'm just going to add a screw just right in here, just throw in a screw head, because otherwise it's just too much time. More time than we need to spend. So we'll just do an extruded boss, throw in a circle, right about there. And when I do this extruded boss, I want to make sure that I uncheck merge result, because I don't want it to actually boolean with the rest of this. I want it to remain a separate body so we can work with it separately and give it a separate material and all that kind of stuff. Just put a great big old fillet on this edge. Maybe 0.05 it looks like would work. Yeah. And we can add our an extruded cut to make the actual Phillips head holes. I'm going to do rectangles from center, just right here in the middle. And again, since this is not a mechanical, this is a visual part only, I don't even need to dimension this. Whoa. There we go. And just use the trim entities to trim out some of this interior junk. It doesn't look great from up close, but from far away I think it'll do the trick. We'll just have to do put the other side of the screw over here. So we'll do an extruded boss, once again with a circle, back on this back plane, and then bring the extrusion up to surface. Just choose this surface. And that'll work well enough. I think we still have a separate solid body, right? Oh, nope. What'd we do wrong? There we go. That'll work. Okay. I think we're just about done with this. I just want to add a logo onto this, and we'll do that in one more video, and then we'll be ready to render.